This is the year-end adjustments. Normally with this section, I prefer us to draw a timeline. It's important for us to do that. And this timeline means this one is, here is the beginning, and this is what? The end. Let's take an example, a period where we started on the 1st of March 2017, meaning for 12 months it's going to be?
1st of March 2018.
It will be 28th of Feb.
Okay.
20?
Why doesn't it go in the 1st of the March and the following year?
It's going to be 11 months. Because obviously we need to have 12 months. Okay, see. Normally they will give, let's say it's 28th of Feb 2018. Eh? Now it means if you count here, you need to have what? 12 months.
12 months.
So if we can put the 1st of March.
13 months.
No, it's still going to be what? It's still going to be 12 months, but remember we end at the end of the month.
Okay.
So the 1st of March will be the beginning of the next period. Yes. So your period I think will still be okay, because if you had 1st of March here, obviously you're still going to have 12 months, but remember we end at the end of that month.
Okay. So
you need to check this, but especially in the exam, they normally give you the end period. So how will you decide the beginning? It's very easy. You don't have to count. You just have to check, okay, the end period is 28th of Feb. You ask yourself, what is the month following Feb?
March.
But it's going to be March the previous year.
Yeah.
So that can help you a lot.
Okay.
So if you've got the 31st of May here, 2018, you say, what is the month following May? It's going to be June, meaning 1st of June, previous year. But only for all the months except December. Because December is going to be the same year. But you can still do the following month, yes, that can help you. So this must be correct.
Okay.
Now, I'm just going to talk about the adjustments like those which we're going to deal with. So for now, I'm just going to talk about expenses and incomes. Because normally we adjust what? Expenses and incomes. So I'm just going to explain the adjustments around this. Now, remember, we end our books at the end of this period. So normally, we need figures which took place during what? The period. Remember, in accounting, we've got what we call the cash accounting and accrual accounting. Cash accounting, it means we only record when we have cash. But most businesses don't use cash accounting. They use what? Accrual accounting. It means even if you did not pay cash, even if you did not receive cash, you still have to record, because that transaction took place within what?
12 months.
12 months. So everything that took place within these 12 months need to be part of this month what? Financial statements. So that's how we need to adjust. What do we mean by saying adjusting? To adjust is either to increase or decrease, depending on the nature of that particular transaction. Let's take, for an example, rent expense, because most of us we can relate to rent expense. Let's say for example, you are paying rent, rental of, here in Santinino can be very cheap. Okay, the cheapest I can say, let's say you've got a bachelor flat of 10,000 per month. You see now? So meaning, rent expense, as you can see, is an expense.
Yeah.
Remember, when you compare expenses and incomes, you either make profit or loss. So it means only expenses which took place during this period and the incomes which took place during this period must be compared to check whether we made profit or
Loss.
So now, obviously, if we have 10,000 per month, how much do you expect to have for the whole year? 120,000, because you just have to say 10,000 times what? 12. But sometimes you can find that they give an amount, they say the rent for the year say the rent for the year, according to the records, is how much? Let's say 100,000. Okay? So they can give you this kind of a transition. So they said the rent is 100,000. But you know that no, the rent is how much?
10,000.
So it means if this 100,000 is only for how many months?
10 months.
So it's only for 10 months. Can you see that? And remember, we need to be here at the end of the period. So if this is the 10 months, we are missing how many months? 2 months are missing. Hello? So 2 months are missing. But remember, because we are using what we call the accrual accounting, we cannot end with 10 months. We still have to go and add what?
2 months.
But this 2 months is still to be paid. Can you see now? If we are dealing with cash accounting, I was supposed to only record what?
3 months.
Which is how much?
100,000.
So this means that these 2 months are accrued. So meaning still to be paid. Sometimes in areas, sometimes outstanding, sometimes they say due. It's one and the same thing. So that's why it's important for you to know your accounting period. Because if you don't know your accounting period, you wouldn't know that this 100,000 is only for what? 10 months. So even though the 2 months are still to be paid, we have to add them. Because we're using accrual accounting.
So when you write it down, for example, on
Yes.
the financial
Statements, yes.
you must write it at 129.
It's going to be 100 then.
20,000.
In brackets, you're going to say, I'm going to have, let's say for example, here we had how much? 100,000. Can you see now?
Yeah.
For this period. And here, 2 months are how much? 10,000 times 2.
20,000.
We're going to have 20,000. So in the financial statement, you are just going to add the 2. And you're going to see how much? 120.
20.
Even
So
though
it'll be
20
a
months.
whole sum.
That's true. Yes. So that's how we call this what? Adjustment. Meaning I adjusted 10 months to become 12 months with 2 months. So everything must be what? Within the year here. So because we started from the beginning, we expect 12 months. But we only paid for what? For 10 months. The 2 months are still have to be added because they are part of that particular what? Period. That's why we have to add 20,000 to 100,000 to make it what? Because 10,000 per month for 12 months is how much? 120. But we only paid how much?
100.
We still have to pay 2 installments, which is, or 2 rent payments of 10,000 each. That's why we say 20,000 because 2 months are still to be paid are called what? Accrued expenses. Are we together?
Yeah.
They are called accrued expenses. So you will see by the time when we record, we're going to have an account called accrued expense. But at the same time, we need to understand how to classify this account. So accrued expense, remember, let me ask you a question here. How many groups of accounts do we have in accounting? From accounting 1A, just to check. 5 of them. Meaning, because now we said we've got accrued expense must fall within those 5. What are accrued expenses? Just think about it. Expense still to be paid. So what are they? If I still have to pay it, it means I owe it.
So,
Okay, name those groups quickly. Those 5 groups that we said we have. Name them. Assets, yes. What else? Liabilities, what else? Owner's equities, expenses, and incomes. Out of those 5, please, where will this accrued liability, because you owe it, because you still have to pay. Can you see that? Yes, we need to understand that. Remember, anything that you still have to pay, you owe it, is a liability. So this expense of 2 months is still to be paid because we only paid how many months? 10 months.